Yo, what is up, guys? All right, so we're gonna be taking a look at some gameplay that we had earlier this week. This is the last week of the regular season for LG. I'm just gonna take a look at my gameplay. Haven't done this honestly all year. Haven't really took the time to really look at how I've been playing and stuff. We're gonna take a look at that, kind of break things down from my own point of view, and kind of go from there as we're prepping for LG playoffs come next week. I kind of want to be mentally prepared, see what I'm doing wrong, and see what I could do to change it. If you guys are also tuning in here now, I also just dropped a new video for the NHL 27 official reveal trailer, the reaction to the trailer. So I just upload that now. You guys can take a look at that as well. Maybe come back here or look at it at another time. That's perfectly fine with me. But we're going to be taking a look and break down some LG gameplay. Haven't done that all year. So basically, when you're looking at this game and you're kind of like dissecting from your own personal point of view, kind of look at yourself in relation to obviously the teammates that you're looking at. These are my guys. I got to know what they're doing, what they're trying to do, set up where I need to be on the ice in relation to them, and then obviously what the opposition will give us as well. You got to take all that into account when you're reading a lot of these plays. We are going to, dive into this. So I think this is when they are taking a penalty because they started late or something. They loaded up late, so they had to take a penalty to start off the game. We're starting on the power play. This is one where if we had won all three of these games, we would have won the President's Trophy. That was kind of what was at stake going into this night. If we won all three games. There, I didn't really even need to take a shot. Because what you're looking at, right? There's nobody in front of the net. There was a lot of time, a lot of space, right? Kind of looking at it. There's a lot of time for me to walk up, create something, look for something out wide here, look for something maybe back door, look for something out wide. Or just kind of curl in this spot a little bit, wait for other things to open up. For me to take a shot here, kind of really didn't make any sense, but I was trying to just put the puck on. Maybe it goes through. Who knows? Early start. But we kind of gave like friggin' possession away, especially when we're in the zone too. There really wasn't the best shot, to be honest. If there was front net presence there, it's a whole different story. So we got it again. We're looking for, it was red, right? I was trying to find a backdoor feed to sort of pass where you go back post a little bit for a shot. That one is also kind of risky. I don't know. I could have played a little bit more with it here. Allowed Blue to kind of open up, find him there for like a quick short side shot. Maybe T opens up a little bit and I can find him there. But I've got to be able to control the puck. This is a big part of playing defense. It's kind of your ability to quarterback in these areas, right? So when we're in this area with either on the power play or it's kind of just at the point, guys are kind of funneling themselves in the slot. This is where defensemen can really become the quarterback of the play, whether it's, you know, through a breakout, but in this case here, when you're at the point, this is also the ability to control the puck separates the guys that are great from the guys below them. I've got to be able to be very comfortable in this area. This has to be my zone. I have to be very good with the puck when I go through turns and what it is that we're trying to set up. Here, I've got to be even better because that's a bad pass technically into two guys, and it hit both of them, really. It deflected off the one guy, then the other guy went and grabbed it. So I got to just be a little bit controlled. So again, even here, we got time, intercepted. So that's another bad pass. You know what I mean? Like, these are not good passes, right? There's a lot of time, right? You can look for, I should be looking for this pass right here, to be honest. Or even back to Teal, right? This would have went to Teal, control it. I think Blue's the better option here to just get that pass through. I think that goes through Markov, if I'm being honest, right? Depending on where Blue's at. Another quick short side shot. I go for the far side to Green. It gets picked off, and that's the power play right now. We're not, I mean, could have had three passes there. All got tipped or picked off. So not a good play. Here we're going to just make ourselves an option. Power play wise, you got to keep your eyes on the guys behind you. Since I'm the only guy at the point, even if I wasn't, you still have to kind of look at it and notice that the guy's going to be coming out of the box. We still have possession, so we work back to the point here. Now again, control what opens up. It opens up down low. That's a fine pass in my opinion. Roll out kind of works, you know, to extend the play. I don't have to play Superman all the time when I do get the puck, but that's probably the first pass that actually connected that I made. Good defensive play, staying over the top. Now we get the puck here, work it up. They got a quick transition play in effect, so we could send it up to them as we did. Had a chance there, so good plays back to back there, both sides of the ice. Now we're looking at the guy back post, just a net presence there. We're able to get it. Now quick back up the other way. 2-on-1 play. These guys can extend. I mean, we're inches away from scoring. You know what I mean? That right there is an inch away from going into the net. You know what I mean? So tough there. That one I got lucky. Honestly, if I'm looking at the poke check, I know that pass is coming. I don't really know why I'm trying to poke check, if I'm being honest. Teal had the back check as well, so I only needed to contend with the backdoor feed, right? So that did all go off my skate. Luckily there. So now here, where we could kind of give ourselves kind of break in, able to get the puck in. So not bad job there. There was really no call out needed. I could have sent one of these guys on a cut, but this is one of those areas where I just think, you know, skating, you don't really need to give a call here. I don't think I did. They're sending a guy, so giving a call out really doesn't make much sense. It should be, you know, there will be a lane that opens up, I think, unless these guys are playing super tight coverage. But I don't think that's the case either. You know, for most of these times when these guys are doing that, unless it's a 5-man trap with no pressure, I don't think necessarily a call out is absolutely mandatory. Now we can give a call out. So I don't know if I did give a call out. I think I just chose to say I was going to skate, or maybe I just went in and skated. You can kind of tell because these guys are not really moving, so I'm assuming it was I'm going to skate or something. But just kind of seeing the options, right? Control, able to get barely into the zone, create enough space for me to send somebody else on the pass. So another good break-in for a shot. Now that's a good shot there, as opposed to the first one I took. This one is through traffic, right? It's kind of getting the puck on. You don't have to necessarily move around with it, you know what I mean? So you're kind of just getting the puck on, waiting for, you know, looking for some kind of rebound or something to take place. But now these guys are controlling it. Now we're just working ourselves out the point. What opens up? Kind of a risky play here. Yeah, I mean, that one just didn't go through. It's just, I mean, it's a good look, but honestly, moving it to Teal, I don't know. That pass ain't going to go to green. Moving it to Teal or just kind of spinning out, right? So this ain't a bad play at first, because if that does go through, it creates a lot of options there. That one that goes off the blade of the fucking guy's stick, whatever. I could spin out too. Be very, you know, again, being able to be very comfortable at the point, even under pressure, is a big key skill. If I move this over to Teal, it makes sense too. This guy's, you know, peeled off of him. So 2 guys on me. I got to be able to move the puck or spin off it somehow to then still move it to blue, probably. I tried to just move it to the middle, turned over, now back the other way. We're fine, though, defensively. Teal's over the top, playing across him on back track as well. So we're fine. Now the green. Now I'll just stay over the top. Can I do so? Goes off my skate. That's fine there. So not a bad first period, other than some of the hiccups in the offensive zone when we do have, you know, the puck at the point. But nothing bad here. Defensively, blue going in for the hit, staying over the top. Able to get that there as well. Now can we move it? We do. There we go. Offensively, these guys can create offense up to them at that point. Now stay over the top. And the inside there, I feel like probably could have been played a bit better, if I'm being honest, but these are more technical stuff. It's not going to be perfect all the time, especially when I'm like a one-on-one kind of plane where you're kind of by yourself and these guys have the ability to LT pivot any different direction. The only thing that you can hope for is the ability to kind of close the distance without giving up over the top, like without giving up inside leverage or them blowing past you. Like he's at minimum stamina. I can almost let him kind of skate to the point where he catches up and I just kind of glide a little bit, see which way he goes. So even if he does an LT pivot or something to try to cut in, he would eventually cut into me. But you see, I'm fine. It's not a bad play. It's just right there. If I was able to get the poke check off sooner, if I was tighter to this guy, he loses possession there. The play ends. Now the play extends. I mean, we're fine in this case, but I mean, the goalie had to still come up big on the wraparound, which I don't think that's like a tough thing to do. Down right there went through me, but I think that went off the goalie. I think it went off the guy's stick. He just couldn't get the shot. I mean, my guy did not touch it, I don't think. Now I'm going for the hit. It's fine there. Play back front net presence. Stick onto this guy. Let the defense handle itself. And then I do remember that one. That's the tough one to let up. I don't know really what happened. I think he just played too deep there. I mean, the animation screwed the goaltender, but it's like, you see how deep he is. Like, what's the point of being that deep? I don't know. It's one of those things you don't really think that the guy's going to take the shot from there. It's almost similar to the freaking slap shot I took in the very beginning of the game. You would think if that connected and hit net, it could do exactly what that guy just did on his fadeaway wrist shot. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, so we get in. So now we're looking at, so these are plays that kind of confuse me a little bit, just in terms of like where I could be, because I feel like if I moved sooner for the guy, well, actually I don't know. Yeah, he's deliberately trying to find this. Oh, there's this play here along the boards. The only play I had is to do pretty much what I did, to try to give him a quick sort of pass there. Like, he could have went to me instead, and then I would have been able to do something here. Maybe if I can make this guy miss, then the play really opens up. But it's like he just passed to red. It got picked off, so back the other way. Which we're still in a good spot defensively. Gibbs got it. Over to me. Over to blue. Tough in. Still in though, but not as smooth as we wanted to, because we didn't have very much speed. Blue had to almost pretty much come to a standstill. And again, we're fine. Back the other way. Defensively, we're fine. That's a tough spot to lose it. But again, we can't really worry too much about what the other guys are doing. Kind of just looking at ourselves. I'm not going to be too critical in terms of the other guys. So now we have an option. Yep, that's a good skate. Draw the guy to me barely. There wasn't a call out here. There's not going to be. I think in these cases, we're just kind of hoping for either a lane to go in, a lane for him to go out wide, or some kind of pass there. If they draw to me, I send it to one of these guys, or skate if the option is there. Option to the perimeter is open, so we find him. Threw the guy barely enough to me to then open up that space in there. So now we're here. And here we go again. I mean, I got to be more comfortable here. I can't just send this fucking pass. This is just a piss poor pass. Because you're betting on it just going through. I mean, I don't even know. You know, any guy with like 3 ping or less maybe gets those passes through. I don't know. They do it in such a way that allows them to more than likely get those passes through. I can't play to that type of it's almost barely ever happened. You know what I mean? Where those passes would go through even though the guys are there defensively. I don't even think it's a forehand pass that I did or something, but whatever. It really didn't even matter. What's up, Viper, who was ready for Entry 27? I gotta tell you, I'm not. Like, this is one of those times right now. Even last year, I kind of felt the same way, where it's just like, they gave us stuff, or, you know, like whatever it is it's getting close to that time. We're getting the trailers now. It just, I don't know. It's not really hitting me right now. You know what I mean? Like, the reveal trailer, connected franchise, presentation. It's not really hyping me up at all right now. Like, I got to see gameplay, maybe even actual, like, give us gameplay for me to actually look at and break down, maybe. And then I maybe, I don't know, just depending on that and what I see. Like, to me right now, they're not going to really do anything, I don't think, online-wise for, like, World of Chell or HUT, whatever the hell. So you're kind of just betting on gameplay to be better. I don't know. They didn't really show anything, so I'd have no clue. The official trailer really didn't do anything for me. It was short enough, and they didn't really show any gameplay. Like, even if they do give us gameplay, I don't even know if they're really going to give us much. Here, I was actually hoping that Red was able to break free from these guys, because then this pass would have gone through, I think. I'm close enough to the guy where that pass, that force of a pass, would have gone through. His guy did a reactive action that cut off his lane. If he was able to just somehow continue there, that forehand pass is a pass that would have gone through. Maybe. I don't know. The defenseman kind of closed in on that. But maybe if it's done quick enough. Yeah, this is one of those weird plays. So I was almost anticipating. See, Blue's got right guy. So I'm kind of like, I wasn't really anticipating Teal cutting me off in any way. You know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of looking at him. Blue's on this guy. You know, Red's going to be bat checking this guy. I feel like I have a check lined up here. So why would I not take it? I feel like Teal, if he just played over the top here, allowed me to go for this hit. Regardless if I miss or not, it changes it allows for the back check to, you know, get more involved into the play. I mean, we would have been fine. I go for this hit and I get blocked. And therefore now we're beat, both of us. And now it's up to these guys. Blue's there and it still goes through him. I mean, that's one. Is it because he's a winger? Is it because it's an extra 26 defense? The only thing I could say there, I mean, he played that quite well, to be honest. The only thing you would expect more, I guess, is for him to be a little bit further back to stop it. Like, his body be more in front of the guy instead of, like, where he was kind of... Now he's, like, almost behind the guy in some way, reaching back. His stick's not going to get that. You're just hoping for that to work, and it's not. You just know it's not going to work. But you're just hoping to stop the guy's ability to pick up the puck and shoot. It just goes through him. But I did not expect myself to get blocked here. I think that's just... I don't know. I don't think that's the wrong play for me to step there, to be honest. I think if that happened again, I would go for that hit again. You know, because we have the numbers back. I have the pursuit. I can go and hit them. If these guys just stay over the top, we'd be fine. I feel like, I don't know. That's just the way I see it in terms of what I saw in that play for the check. So now we're down 2-0. That's like, we're not playing bad. Like, we're not playing bad. Like, this is not a bad game right now. Both sides. I mean, the offense is not really clicking, but we're getting opportunities. If, you know, you think of some of the offensive opportunities that I had in the offensive zone, the score could be 2-2 right now as well. You know, the game would play out much differently if we had scored, obviously, but now we're looking for a call out. Do we have one? I think I told Red to skate left, I go right. I mean, it's one of those read option plays. If they pursue me, yeah, so that's a good play, right? So we just kind of going in, skate into the zone, now pass it to the guy wide, and now they're established into the offensive zone. This is not a good look by me at all, right? So when the play gets somewhere here, we have to be cautious of anybody skating. This play got behind me. I don't even think it's Teal's fault at all. It's really just me. This is not a good look. So I have to see that. We lost it where we lost it. I should be, especially if it's on this side of the ice, I should already be like looking at who is potentially getting that puck and he's gone on a breakaway. I mean, that's not on Teal. I mean, if I was on the opposite side as well, I mean, that's a good post check by the freaking goaltender. Holy shit, holy fucking bail. But if this happened here, right, I would still expect myself to skate back as well. But it's still like, that is my guy that I'm looking at. It's the opposite side of the ice. In the corner, they get it. The guy's already streaking. He's anticipating a turnover. Then he goes and tries to get the breakaway. He does. Defensemen have to stay over the top on, regardless of any offensive zone or not. I'm not even sure. I don't think this is a bad play here. Like, if I'm skating with a lot of speed, right, and he gives me that puck, I don't know if I should give a call out there. I didn't say anything at that point. I wasn't really skating with a lot of emphasis. If he did pass it to me, that would have been interesting to see an LT pivot. I mean, these guys do an LT pivot for speed all the time. If I get that puck in stride, I'm LT pivot. That's right to the net for a breakaway. We're down by 2. We kind of need offense. I was anticipating a pass, I guess. I don't think this is the wrong play. D to D. I got to be able to get that pass off quicker. Right there. Pass. Attempting to it. They just get the poke check off enough. That's a tough one. I don't really know what to say there. You can call the handcuff. There's enough time if I'm really quick. This is also based on ping with how short the time is. I don't know. That one I know if I can get that pass out. That's what I was attempting. It just didn't work in time. I don't know. That's a tough one, man. I'm not even sure if he gave a call or if he just kind of sent it. Maybe he did. I'm not sure, but that one, if I can just pass it as soon as I get it, like I don't even know if a one touch would make sense there. There's almost no need for a one touch. There should never be a need for a one touch to take place on a breakout. I think if you're going forward, I just think it's not the right option. I don't know if was it even like telegraphed at all. No, he just came. He just came. I mean, he's attempting D to D. That guy's already going. Nah, there's definitely enough time if I could just get the fucking pass off. I just couldn't get the pass off. I don't know. That's a tough one. Here, though, got to be able to stay over the top. I'm on the left side rotation there. We're good defensively. Quick up. These guys are there. Can we get a opportunity? We did. Big save by the goalie. I think he tried to find red, if I'm being honest. So 3-0. I mean, the opportunities. I think there was a shot from near the point fading away. There was. What was it? A backdoor feed out of turnover, and it was the breakaway. So can't fault the goalie on 2 of those, to be honest. Granted, I don't even know, man. Like, I don't even think it's bad, right? Like, it's just weird. It's been a weird season, if I'm being honest. Like, I've not felt great playing the game when I am scheduled to play. It's like always scheduled on the night where I'm just like not into it at all. I mean, I was working 12-hour shifts for a whole month. So that's 4 weeks of LG where I'm coming home and I'm like barely making it to the games, right? And I'm already kind of dead tired from the work day. I mean, it's no excuse, but it's just like you kind of just... It's just not the right scenario, I feel like. You know what I mean? Like, this is the worst I've felt mentally and physically trying to play LG. Like, the worst season that I've ever felt when it comes to the mental preparation of like the game. Like, the gameplay itself is kind of its own thing, but like you don't really, you know what I mean? Like, it's I've never felt this way, like trying to play the game, and now we're getting robbed on goals that should be going in. Shaw, dude. What's up, Nick? I'm breaking down my gameplay from this week of LG. This is the last. This was the last week of the regular season, and we've got LG playoffs, which is the first time I'm going to be playing playoffs since NHL 24, when I played for the Nashville Predators. We lost in the first round in 6 games. Hoping for a good run. We have a decent team. We had a chance to win the President's Trophy, and we had won all 3 of these games, but obviously after one game it kind of takes it out of our hands. I'm kind of just looking back on the gameplay itself, seeing what I could have done better, trying to kind of get my mind prepared for the playoffs so that I'm ready mentally going into these games. I haven't really broken down any gameplay as well, which is something I usually do when I am playing LG. Like, I would, especially if it's a rough week, right? I would take the time to actually look back at what I did wrong. I've not done that at all this year. Like, I've only really done the scrims, but that's like a handful of games that I'm actually bringing down. So I think I you know, I'm like going away from what I usually do sometimes. Very nice. At this point, it's 3-0. You're like hoping for shit to go right. You know, you're hoping for a go. Like, how does he get that? Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. This guy was getting poke checks, getting interceptions, and it's like it just lands on his fucking stick. His guy did not even go for it. His guy, it just hit the puck and he just picks it up. Like, what the? I mean, I guess blue, right, is technically open, right? I find red instead of blue. Both of them were open, if I'm being honest. You know what I mean? It's just, it's insane. Like, again, it's not even a bad game right now. It's just we're getting unlucky with a lot of things that are going. I mean, the first goal was a wrist shot at the point, fading away. through no traffic, so it's not really much that we could do. Second one was I got pinned by, you know, my own teammate when I'm going for a hit, and that put us both out of fucking position. So unlucky there. And then the third goal was turnover when we're trying to go D to D, and the guy just jumps the route. Like, those are the 3 goals. Like, it's not even crazy. And then we're just unable to get goals ourselves when we're setting up these plays, and the goalie just somehow comes up with the save or not getting the rebound. We had a goal line play that could have gone in. We had a backdoor feed that the goalie somehow gets. I mean, the game could be 3-2 at most, right? I mean, there's plays that we're just getting unlucky. I mean, it comes down to being unlucky, but at the same time, you know, it's definitely stuff that we could do better. Offensively, setting up plays. I haven't really controlled the puck much at the point since the first period. Let's see if we get plays now. I don't think what I'm doing is like necessarily horrible. What's up, Oliver? Hey, I really like your videos. I want to ask, do you hate when people do the stride deke? Or do you see it as a way to score and don't really care? Well, I do the stride deke, so I can't really complain on other people doing it. I even make fun of the game for allowing that to be in the game still. So, like, I just do it because other people will do it, and it's an easy goal to get every time that when you do it. So why wouldn't I do it? You know. So it's kind of like I don't really care too much at this point until EA patches it. I'm not gonna get pissed off at somebody else when it's something in the game that's been in the game for years. What's up, Alan? Or Alan does. How do you? I'm not even sure how you say your name. We'll call you Williams. How you doing, Williams? JC Enterprise. Are you doing a draft? Am I doing a draft? No. No, this is a LG game. The first night or the first game of this week of LG of the games that we had. If we had won all 3 of these games, we would have won the President's Trophy. We lost the first game, it took it out of our hands, and then Carolina goes and wins all 3 games. They even had a fucking forfeit off the last game too, which just gave them the President's Trophy. But even still, we lost the last game that we played too, so it wouldn't even matter. Sorry for my typing, but I respect your opinion, but I hate it. Oh, yeah, I get it. I don't necessarily like that the stride deke is still kind of a basically a freaking glitch goal, right? But you can't really get mad at players for using it. It's in the game, right? People do the LT pivot. Are you gonna get pissed off at guys doing the LT pivot now? You know what I mean? Like, it's in the game. People are gonna use it. They're gonna exploit whatever they want, right? It's kind of just the way it is from a competitive side. You kind of just you kind of have to deal with it, and you either copy it, match it, do what they do so that you can win as well, or just find other way to score and have them an easy goal if they get into that same opportunity. If the top line didn't lose to Vegas too. Oh yeah, I don't know. Good point. Yeah, I mean, that's just how I see it. Like, you can't really get mad at players. You know what I mean? Like, guys are gonna do whatever it takes to win. You know what I mean? So you can get mad at the players, but it's not gonna change how they play. I mean, you're just kind of getting pissed off at something that really can't change. Because that's like, you're talking about a whole community of players, right? EA could literally just say, hey, we're gonna patch the stride deke, and the goalie's gonna make a save every time. That's like one thing that they can do if they wanted to. But you're not gonna see, you know, if they don't change it, it's just gonna stay in the game. People are gonna use it and fucking abuse it. That's what guys are with trades. That's what guys are with anything that you can abuse, and players figure that out. They will use every time against you. That's just how it is competitively. Here though, could have played tighter. I mean, first of all, if I was already going back, if I was in front of this guy, right? These are just things there. It's not going to be perfect every time, but we're just kind of looking at it. If that was the case, bang, it's hitting me. I get this puck, bang, and now we're going back the other way. I mean, you want to try as a defenseman to stop the play as early as possible. The more perfect defense you have in the neutral zone going into the defensive zone, if you could stop the plays at the blue line as often as possible, that just helps out the defensive side. The closer the puck gets to the net, regardless if you're in a good position, quote unquote, like you're with the guy, it just increases the chances of the other guys. Like right there, that could have went through. The guy could have blasted for, you know, Teal's there, but he's not at the same time. Like he's there, but the guy doesn't go for it or get it. And that could be a goal. Like we're inside leverage, but the puck goes through us. You know, that's just how defense is, right? The more perfect you are from a positional standpoint, the better chance you are, right, at stopping the play. So if you could do it as early as possible, furthest away from your net, that's ideally how you want to look at defense. That's why guys struggle with defense, is because they play defense, but they don't play perfect fucking positioning, which is crazy how we have to play that way. But I'm just saying, if you want to, you know, be a top-notch, top-end defender, the better skill you have from a positional standpoint, the better chance you have at actually defending the play more consistently. I mean, we have more shots. It's not even a bad game from our point. You know what I mean? Like, the problem with this game, the reason why we lose is because we kind of took it out of our hands. Like, we're playing on par with what they're doing, but now it's just like a 50-50 coin toss in terms of what happens from that point. If you're even, like, that shot goes in. You know what I mean? Like, the game could be tied right now. You know, if you think about it, from the other two opportunities that we had that could have gone in, it could be 3-3. Like, that's how close the game was, but it looked like we're getting beat. You know, much worse, but it's not. We're not actually getting beat at all. And then it's funny because, like, I'm thinking he's not gonna make this pass to me, and he does, and then I just move right as he passes. I don't know what to say about that. I'm a center in Shaw. I play always 3v3 with my friends, but I can't score. I only do. It's just like I have maybe like 18 per game. 18 per game? Is that good? 18 assists per... Wait, what are you talking about? Unless I'm not reading that right. Now we're in scramble mode, trying to get it. Red there, back at the point, control a little bit. I don't really know what else I could do here. Like, they're playing good defense. You kind of just work it to the opposite defense and hope that something can open up. We're looking for a shot there. Just doesn't really work or go through. We're getting an opportunity there. Kind of just have to play good defense up to that point. I bet the game's already kind of over. I don't know. I mean, obviously, like, I could tell what I'm doing wrong when I'm playing the game. It's just like, what am I missing, right? It's like just some of the lanes. When I do make a pass, it's like kind of clogged up. Breakouts are not bad. Defensively, I could play definitely better in terms of like where I'm positioned on the ice to, you know, stop these plays a little bit earlier than how it's going, really. Force backdoor. I think I'm like really trying to push at this point because we're down by 2. We need it. Got the power play as well. Yeah, we're just trying to force the play. That's all we really got at this point. But again, 16 shots to 8. Can we look at the stats after too? Like, or did we just really... Can we even look at them? Like, more time on attack, more hits, more, you know, face-off wins. We had 3 power plays. We didn't score on any of them. You know, the stat-wise, we look good. You know what I mean? Like, it went our way. The score just didn't fucking reflect that. I don't know what to tell you. Like, we didn't get outplayed by the other team. We were with them every step of the way. Goalie gets bailed out a few times. I mean, I don't know what to say. Now, if we go to this last game, I mean, at this point, the game's kind of already over. Or, the season was already over. But we could definitely look at this game because this is where we were getting, like, frustrated. Because I think we started off at, like, really, really fucking bad. We also, like, waited 30 minutes between to get to this game. Because Carolina Fate was facing Chicago before then Chicago faced us. Chicago took them to overtime, and if they had won, I think if it would have ended up like if we had, I think our points would have been tied or something. I think. I forget what the points were. We were like basically like within a point. If Chicago won, then I think if we had won this game, regardless of what happened, like if we had won this game, then we would have won the President's Trophy. But because Carolina won, they were still, I think, a point ahead. And then it came down to the last game, and then the team that they were supposed to face forfeited. So it automatically gave them, like, we didn't know this until like almost the end of the first period. But now we're coming off a 30-minute rest. We're not doing anything. We turned it over here. Now they're forechecking. That's a bad step. I don't know, you know. I mean, yeah, it's a bad step. It's a bad step. Because in my opinion, I'm already kind of settled here. I could just wait for him to go here. If this guy's going to curl a little bit, like the back check, I think is going to get there. I go for this hit, I miss. Now it's on Red to stop this back door. Goalie makes a save. I don't even know if Red got a stick on that. He threw it out, which is also kind of interesting. Kept the play alive. Let's just gamble a little bit. So not a very good start, but I don't know. Didn't even get a shot on. Blew by us there a little bit. Defensively, we're still fine. Get the puck. We make something happen. I force it. Like, this should be a swing over to green. Like, now is the time to kind of curl up high a little bit. Skate a little bit here. Find green as early as I can, because that pass would have gone through. I just wait. I'm like assuming Red's going to go back post, and I'm going to force this pass. So, I don't know. It's just in the offensive zone, there's like plays where I feel like we could do. I have the puck and I can make something happen, and it just doesn't always happen. What a save. See, that's where the LT pivot just kind of screwed him. Like, he's in a good position till bang. LT pivot, now he's around the bend. One move where the defenseman kind of bites a little bit, and all of a sudden, bang, beat, and now it's up to the goalie to make a stop. Like, there is no back check here. At this point, he's skated fully past them. There's nothing he can do, you know? And now it's just strictly up to the goalie off of one move. That's how easy you can get beat defensively. Just based off one little stutter step where you're kind of like, you kind of misplayed a little bit. That's here, control it. Gotta wait for the play to open up. I just sent it right back to him, and it's just not open. I gotta control it more. Like, offensively again, turnover in the offensive zone, where we could have done something more with it. Check, we're there, fine. On the inside, work it back to the point. Work our way. They take a shot. We're fine there. So again, we're staying with them defensively. Other than obviously where the goalie had to come up big on that breakaway. But I think, like, I don't know, like they were getting pissed off in the beginning because I think we turned it over a lot. But it's like we're fine defensively still. Like, I get it's not like great defense, but at the point where they only have one shot on net, and that's our shot, right? I don't even know. Like, you could start bad technically. I mean, yeah, you're hoping for it to be further away from the net. You're, you know, us to be a little bit more better defensively sound, but like, I'm not really. There should be. There should not be as much panic as there is sometimes, I feel like. I mean, you guys don't know what's going on, but like, it was like at this point there was a lot of panic because, you know, it's the last game of the season. If we win it, we have a chance to win a President's Trophy. Obviously there's a lot of tension, but just relax. Like, let the game develop, you know, see what's open. I don't think it's not a bad play there. I just get hit. So if we lose this puck, goes back the other way, I'm man rush. Let's see what happens. There it is. I get up just enough to get it. So lucky there. If I had gotten hit for an extended period of time, possible turnover there. I don't know what I called here. I think I called for Red to go right. See, now here's where it's a little bit interesting. What should be the call? You almost want to kind of move it to teal soon, right? Like right now, move to teal. I don't have much stamina. I can't skate it in. They can see my bar too, right? So which is something I feel like they should get rid of. You should not be able to see the stamina of the other team ever, no matter what they have. I don't understand why they added that. That was like as soon as they changed the stamina bar to appear at the bottom of your player's icon. Why? When they did that, now we could just see what the stamina bar is for everybody. It's like, you know, when they touch the puck. I think that's a stupid feature to have in the game. You should not be able to see what the other team has. I think whoever's controlling the puck. At this point, I think because of where I'm at, I probably should have moved it over to. I think he's got more stamina than me. So if you move to him, he could still technically call something, and then he's got a chance to skate it in himself if he wanted to. I can't skate it, you know. I'm not gonna have enough stamina. So the other team knows I can't skate. Or if they do, they could just easily kind of merge in on me and stop me. I don't think there's not really much here other than just passing it to where I did. We got the bounce, right? I feel like, is this a bad play of like what I'm doing? I feel like going here is fine, right? So if he like forces pass here, becomes like a mini 2-on-1, I can either take it or pass it. That can go through. Like that can go through. You know, and then it just gets to the point where like we don't get that pass. I don't think where I'm going is bad actually. It just, I don't think I've ever, like, I've never seen that pass to me. I don't know if it's just because we're not looking at it or we're just, you know, we're thinking something else is going to happen. Or if I should be going down low in those cases. But I feel like, you know, if I can do a center lane drive, let's see. There, I try to make that pass. Yeah, there's not really much. I mean, I could take a slap shot there. It just goes off a breaker. That's it. I don't know. Hoping for an icon that goes through. It just didn't. Not bad defensively. Then I jump the play, try to get some kind of boost. Pass there as soon as I get hit. Chance there. And there's the first goal. So what I did there, the read to try to skate. Draw these guys to me to where I can get a pass off last second. Staying onside. That drew these guys enough to me. This guy fully to me. This guy a little bit to the inside. That gives enough space. This guy also opens up the space there. So that's exactly what we're looking for. Is for them to draw to me enough to then pass it off to somebody else. Not bad with the puck there, at least. Like, this is not bad. Like, we're not looking at it from it's not a piss poor game being played. It may seem like that, but it's also like the vibe that we had. We didn't have to have a piss poor vibe. Just play the fucking game. Like, there's no panic when I'm playing. Even though I'm constantly internally thinking about what I'm doing. Even there, like, we're staying with them defensively. I get this puck. I mean, I don't know. I'm not even sure if there's much I can do there. I mean, I'm trying to skate, drive here inside enough to then take a short side shot or some kind of a spin, find a backdoor feed or something, roll out, you know, control it in the offensive zone a little bit. If the initial rush was there, he got the poke check off. That's tough because where we lost it. I mean, Red now has a rotate. He played defensively there, so defensively again in a good spot. Like defensively, we matched them enough to where we can get it. Now Green's got it. There, takes it himself. 2 LT pivots to get to the net. I think he tried to find me. I'm not sure. But again, we can't really look up what we're doing. That's a great pass. I don't know how he did that. I think he manually. Is that a manual sauce? That had to have been. That was like really good. Because I'm not even sure if the icon would lead him like that. You know what I mean? I think it just would go almost straight to him. Like there would be a lead, but it wouldn't be like as much as it was. That's just an incredible pass. Now we're up 2-0. The gameplay's going fine. Got the breakout. Backdoor feed, almost had a chance there. Now, here's where you want to look at potential guys skating. They're matching him there. He got past me a little bit. He was able to support. So, we want to be more over the top. Like, that keeps happening where I'm kind of like more side by side. If they get to that point, it has to be more of a straight line back. I keep like trying to, I guess, skate into him for some reason. When I should just be going more south. You know, like if they, even if they are like here, go more south to where I'm like then a couple steps ahead, then I can work myself into it. And I can, you could even time the pass too that way. Working it up there, it's all right. Back the other way. Matching the backdoor feed. Goalie's able to get it. Should be. Oh, he threw this puck out. He threw it right at him. It's twice he did in this period. There's not much we could do there at that point. I mean, now you're just. It's like it's as if they were established already in the offensive zone. I go for the hit. There's not really much else I can do other than poke check quickly. Nah, I mean where I'm at. Yeah, that pass just goes through. They score. Is what it is. I don't know what else you could do there. Shot, rebound. I got to be careful with when I do go up here like that. Like, stay more. I should be more calm here. Like the plays here, the plays over here. These guys are all the way on the perimeter. Let them kind of hang to the perimeter, and I could just kind of see which guy comes my way. Because this shot goes through to the net, right? If it bounces, like now I'm actually outside of both of these guys, you know? Or like I could probably work my way back onto one of them, but the inside guy on me, I mean, this shot, right? Bang right to him. That's exactly where I should be getting the puck. Supposed to, you know, having to, you know, get the puck, but if he wasn't there, you know what I mean? Like, that's not good for me to kind of go out unless I know for a fact that puck's gonna go to that guy. I think there was a play on, I don't know what it was, if it was in the second game maybe, where I kind of went up, or maybe it was a scrim. I'm not even sure, but I remember a play where, yeah, I think it was the warm-up game that we had, actually. I kind of went up for no reason, to be honest. And, you know, the guy just had a 1-T shot. Maybe it's in this game, actually. We're not playing bad still. I think I could be a little bit calmer defensively. As far as controlling the puck, I don't think I'm doing a bad job, to be honest. I don't think I called anything, though, here. But, like, what can I call? You know what I mean? Like, these guys are already kind of... You can't give a call out here. There's nothing to call. So I just have to kind of skate. Hope these guys will go offside. I could find red now. But at that point, it's kind of finding red or skating. It's kind of like those milliseconds of time. Kind of just pick and choose. Both are good passes to make. We're into the zone regardless, right? So regardless of what I did there was fine. But it's like you kind of have to look at call outs. It's like it's interesting because like in these cases you would give a call out and kind of try to follow it through. But there's nothing you're really reading either. Like you're kind of just like, hey, go left, go right. Like if I called for red to go right, he would actually go into me. And way how this play kind of developed, he would probably continue to skate this way or something, right? And that would clog up two guys in the same area. Then what do I do? You know, like you can't. It's weird how sometimes like giving a call out would actually screw you more than actually just letting the play kind of develop and you kind of pick and choose what you think is open. Because regardless of what it is, right? The forward's job is to not go offside regardless of what it is. Like I could even tell whoever to cut in or out. But if it's not open, they should know they're not going to get that. Like that it's not open. Like at what point, what do you call? Or do you just kind of let the play develop more? Like I kind of tend to go up sometimes after just one kind of rotation back. But what if I just like did another spin here and like let these guys maybe back off more and then maybe let these guys kind of establish themselves, you know, just a little bit more? Like, what do? Do you just kind of wait that extra half, you know, that extra like full rotation Or do you just kind of just go up here? Because, like, if I'm going to give a call out, it has to be now. Versus, you know, obviously when the play is going on, you can't really give a call out while the play's going. Like, at what point do you call, so-and-so stay boards? Like, when does that even occur? Is that even a read? Like, you're kind of just like throwing, you're just throwing call outs out. But like, at what point do you actually read the play and make a call out? Like, am I, you know? I've never understood that concept. Because, like, if these guys are back, too, like, all the way back, you're not seeing shit. You still can't see it, you know? Like, you would have to give a call now. If they were already back, you wouldn't see... I mean, maybe you would see them, you know? Like, maybe just the forwards, which you can only really see the forwards. In a typical trap, it's like, what do you even do? Like, you're just kind of throwing it out and just, you know, kind of going through the reads in terms of what it is. And hoping something opens up. It's just the problem is, like, when you give a direct call out, it's like, hey, red go left. Like, it's a read, like, what? I don't know. It's like my head's kind of spinning, but it's like, what do the forwards think? If I say blue cut in his mind, it's a direct call out to him, so he's going to skate full stride. Right? In. And then the other forwards know, hey, you know, green wouldn't expect the pass, technically. Neither would red, right? Technically, I'm just talking about the typical forward. If you talk these things out with your team, it's a little bit different, obviously, because you can get on the same page that way. But like the typical, like, you know, you play with these guys and you don't really talk it out at all. What is going through the forward's head? Is it all different, or is it kind of all like they're all thinking the same? Where it's just like, hey, if it's a direct call, it could still go to me. You know, if it's a direct call to somebody else other than me, it could still technically go to me. Because they still have to sell the cut. You know what I mean? It's not like they just skate half-ass and the one guy who gets the call out is going to skate hard. Do you know? I'm not even sure what you're asking. You're saying you get a lot of assists, but you can't score. Well, you just got to work on shooting. You just got to work on picking the moments to shoot. If you can't score, it's just... You just got to work on the offense when you're controlling the puck and picking your moments to shoot or get into a better spot to receive a pass for like a 1T or something. If you're getting a lot of assists, then you're able to set up plays. You just got to work on your ability to score. I don't know. There's not much I can really go on if I'm not watching your gameplay. Again, we're fine defensively, matching them. Quick transition back the other way. Now, this is where you kind of want to look, right? You got these guys gliding a little bit. You know, we want to be able to stay with our man through the transition if they choose to get it. They're not really back checking. They're not helping out. We should be able to score easier because of that too, right? So it is up to these guys to be able to, you know, score a little bit. I mean, that is tough on the defenseman to have no back check support. Sorry for asking too much. I just really need a tip from a pro. Well, I mean, I wouldn't call myself a pro, but even still, it's like, I can't really help you on the offensive side. The only thing I can really suggest, I guess, is to go into free skate. And just work on shooting on a goaltender. Like, work on just your basic puck control skills and learn all the different glitch goals in the game. There's videos out there that people have done. Just copy what they're doing. They're showcasing it in free skate. You practice it in free skate, and you can then develop a sort of skill set in terms of how you're going to score, right? And then you just practice it in the actual game. See, I don't know really what to do there, right? Like, again, we're just kind of hoping we can get a pick, I guess. I should already be locked on to the breaker, to be honest. Like, I'm back. I should be skating the other way, I think. Right? Facing the other direction. And then, oh, I don't know. When this play develops, let me see full speed again. I mean, I could choose to go for that hit too. I don't know. That little animation kind of screwed me right there, right? Where I'm like kind of jumping this way as opposed to just kind of turning this way. If I could somehow find a way to line up a body check sooner or a poke check sooner, he won't have the time to pass where he did. I mean, it's a savable par. I don't really know. That's just the game screwing the goaltender, in my opinion, because that's just a pass, and the pass doesn't register as a shot, so the goalie's not going to go down unless he does it himself. That one gone through me. Not even sure what I can do there, to be honest. You're also hoping to not, like... Yeah, it's weird. This is a tough one because, like, I'm here. But as I touch this puck, my guy continues to go this way, and his guy just stays there. So I'm like, I get the puck, and then I'm beat immediately. Like, now the goalie has to fight off 5 different shots because of the one bounce that I'm not able to pick up. You know? How do you defend that better as a defenseman other than when he gets to this point to, like, you can't really stick lift him unless I'm facing the other direction. If I'm facing this direction as he's going this way, I could actually lock him up. Like, it has to be right as he skates to the slot. So then this pass goes through and his stick is caught. He probably doesn't even touch it. It continues to go this way. Like, again, you're looking at it from, like, a super detailed point of view because the game is fast, right? You're kind of only doing what you can. You're not really, you're just kind of hoping that your presence on the ice as you're kind of locking onto the guy is good enough to defend. Is able to get the puck, you know, or have it bounce in a more favorable way, but it just doesn't. So then you're in a good spot, but you still get beat at the same time. Again, I still don't think we're necessarily playing a horrible game. They have more offensive zone time. That's a good pass to kind of quickly get it as I'm taking a hit. Send it out. Now we're fine. Go back up the ice. There's not much I could do with no stam. You kind of just have to let them go in. I mean, can't really force yourself. And then I take a bad trip. So, yeah, it's that extra little swing. Poke check there. I hit the puck there. It doesn't do anything. But then I got to pull away. It was like right there. That little extra kind of like pull back and then swing again. That was kind of what screwed me. Low stam or, you know, low stam. So that kind of affects it. And they score anyway. But I get sent to the box because it's a delayed call. So the guy from the box then comes out. I go in. Another 2 minutes for them. They clear it. Or they kill it. Now I'm back on the ice. Nothing I can do there besides kind of return to my position. Full pressure again. This is where I think I got to learn to follow this guy in. Stay with him. That pass goes here. I can then play that. Blue can play on the defenseman. He's already back. Because regardless of what happens, right? I kind of have to play to that inside cut. I mean, we have the guys on the inside. They do send that pass, actually. But it's like a little bit later. The defenseman able to get it. But still, you want to be able to play to that guy, right? Got to be an extra body there to get it. Hold the stick out again. Inside leverage. Pick your moment to either poke check. I think we're fine here. I think that went off me. Or maybe it was off the back of the net. So, not bad inside leverage. You know, trying to play for a hit or a poke check. I got to be able to help Teal here. Yeah, as a defenseman, you kind of have to look at all 3 forwards, right? Red's on him. This guy potentially could get it, but even if he does, there's a lot of space. This guy's further than both of these guys. So you don't want it to just be a one-on-one. You want, like, I'm in a good spot, but I just need to be skating this way, helping support Teal through the middle so that it's not just him on a one-on-one. If I, again, continue to skate backwards, I mean, Teal's there. He played it perfectly. I'm just saying what I could do to help support him. They get the puck, though, still. Trying to help out there. Just a quick play. They work it down low. I'm already kind of engaged. Teal then works his way back to the middle, so he's playing that. That's fine. I'm there as well. He goes for a... Did he go for a wrap pass? Like, what the fuck was that animation? Did that hit my stick? He doing a wrap animation, but it acted as if he passed it, and it was like a perfect pass that actually ended up being a more high percentage shot than it was an actual like backdoor, you know, like a wraparound from behind the net. I can't pick up the puck. There's not much I can do there. Just get the puck, right? Like, give me the fucking puck sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, why? I rarely get this. Like, contention, when I'm contending for the puck, I always typically lose it to the forwards. Is it just defensive awareness? Or is it just flat out ping? Because at this point, if the guy's under 5 ping, and I'm at 30, 40, 50, I mean, the way the game's going, too, they've had momentum this entire time. They've had like 3 or 4 full pressure, you know, status into their offensive zone, you know, plays. So it's like, what the fuck? The game's kind of turning for them, no matter what you're doing. He went for a slap shot. Teal was there to get it. Like, Teal's been in actually better, from a better positional standpoint than me. Even here, like, I'm way too far left. I tried to go back right, and it took my guy a while. Like, it felt like one of those pulls. Like, you feel like your ping spikes a bit, and you kind of like feel this weird ass long pull where it's like, hey, I'm already moving to the right, but my guy's not moving. It's a weird thing, but I was able to play over the top there enough. But still, you're playing with fire when it gets to this point, because it could just go right to his teammate. It could just go right here for a shot, right? Because why not? It could just bounce his way if it really wanted to. The game's designed for it to work that way. We haven't really had much offensive zone time here, so the backdoor feed works. So out of all that, which they could have scored another 2 goals if they wanted to, right? Or if the game was designed for it to work their way in that favor. Out of all that, the game's tied going into the third. I feel like the second period we were definitely defending a lot. Took 2 penalties, a lot of full pressure against. They had more shots, zone time, all that kind of stuff. Too bad you didn't play their Sui line. Yeah, is this their top line? I'm assuming it is, right? I played against this line, though, before, and we actually, when I was on Detroit, and we smashed the fuck out of them. But last game of the season, I think they're just kind of playing freely because they were already eliminated. They were like bottom of the league, so they're just playing just to play. I'm actually surprised that they even decided to play, because there's a lot of teams when they're eliminated, they don't even try. Like the team that, it's weird as fuck though too, because the team like Carolina, if they had played the line that they were supposed to play, we could have potentially won the President's Trophy. Like, if we had somehow won this game and they had played the game that they were supposed to play. How is it that Chicago is finishing out the season strong, but Seattle, or I think it was either Seattle or I forget what it was. I think it was Seattle was like 1 point away from a playoff spot. If they had won the game, they would have went into they would have made the playoffs. And they forfeited the last game. They just didn't play it. I don't know if it's because another team already, claimed the last playoff spot, like claimed whatever, the 8th seed. So they were like, fuck it. Or if they had a chance to actually win it and make the playoffs and they just did not have a line that last game. I don't know how that happened. Like how anticlimactic it was. You literally just gave Carolina the President's Trophy off of fucking nothing. But regardless, still, like, it would have meant more. But like, you could tell a shift happened when we actually learned that we weren't fighting for the President's Trophy anymore. It was like we kind of just stopped playing in some way. You know, we kind of just whatever. But we still wanted to win, I guess. Like, I never wanted to lose. I never want to lose to people, especially if I know them, you know. You know. But yeah, you can just kind of tell, like, the vibe kind of shifted a little bit when we kind of figured out that we weren't really playing for the fucking President's Trophy anymore. Here's got to be a little bit more control. Oh, wow. Okay. And then I pulled that off somehow. So control. It's just like there's never really an option. Like, what the I'm skating, but there's never like something that opens up. They're playing super condensed. But this is where like that capability of like just kind of that extra bit of puck control, where it's like if I can get to this spot more often, we're gonna win more games. Like, the reason I'm also looking at this too is because like if the game were to remain the exact same, but my offensive puck control or whatever it is, right? Even sometimes the defense, if I'm taking over the game both sides of the ice, we're gonna win the majority of the games that we play. Like, if I'm looking at it from my own self, right? If I play a better game than what I do this entire season, because I feel like I played well, but not like, you know, Selly Center level. You know what I mean? Like the guys that are like really high level, like Jer. You know what I mean? Guys that know how to just take control of a game. If I could play to their level, now you're looking at it where I'm like, wow, okay, now we have a chance to really win the fucking cup. But I'm playing decent, just not enough to really take over a game. That's how I felt this entire season. And also I played way below par throughout. That I know that I can play better than I'm not. Maybe they want a matchup in the playoffs. For who? Are you talking about the team that forfeited? Like, Seattle needed to win to make the playoffs, and they forfeited the last game. You know, that's good defensively. If I could do that every single time, hey, we're gonna win a game. If I can make the one-on-ones when I need to, if I can, you know, play over the top, great, perfect defense more times than I need to, we will win the game. Like, we will win games that way. If it gets to this point where it's like bouncing, well, I mean, it's still good defense at that point. Like, we're gonna have to fight in the trenches sometimes and just hope the puck bounces our way. Yeah, no, it literally made no sense. Like, the team that forfeited was the team that actually could have made playoffs, and they just gave Carolina. Not only did they just lose and got eliminated, they gave Carolina the President's Trophy at that point. I mean, if we had won all 3 games, it wouldn't have mattered regardless of what any other team did. As soon as we lost that first game, we took it out of our hands. And then you just kind of like hope that Carolina loses the game. But they won all 3 games, and they were handed the fucking last. But again, like, you look at it compared to a team like Chicago that's like near dead last or was dead last in the league, and they're finishing the season strong. Like, how the fuck does that happen? Like, you gotta respect Chicago and absolutely hate everybody that's on that Seattle roster. I think, and I'm like thinking too, like we had a chance. Like, if we win against Colorado, we're in a way different spot now. We win if I made 1 or 2 extra passes that went through and it was a goal. If I made that extra play, right, from an offensive standpoint, like, these are things you're gonna have to keep track of, kind of look back on. Like, you're not gonna expect perfection, but like, obviously, if I am just overall a better player defensively, both sides of the ice, guy that can quarterback the play, control the play on the offensive side of the game, and be super locked down defensively, we win the President's Trophy. I mean, it's not 100% on me. I get it. But it's also, that's what I kind of expect myself to be. You kind of have to. If you're a competitive player, you're going to always look for the best of yourself. What can you do better to, you know, be a more dominant player on the ice? At this point, especially with like what I'm trying to strive for, you're kind of expecting domination at that point. And when you don't get domination, you kind of just feel bad about yourself. Well, not really feel bad, but you just kind of like feel disappointed to like where you're just kind of pissed off. Again, the biggest weak point of my game, I actually feel like, is offensive puck control, like offensive zone puck control. I actually think the breakouts are getting a lot better for me. At least, you know, within relative reason. I would think I'm a lot better at controlling the pucks from a breakout standpoint than how I've been in previous years. When I look at my offensive puck control, like in the offensive zone puck control, it's a little bit different. So now we take the lead. I mean, at this point, you know, I think the other team had the better chances, but we capitalized on a few more when actually given the opportunity. Break it to the zone. Now we want like really good. See, that should be like, I mean, I'm not gonna look at it, but I think he just misclicked something. But from a defensive standpoint, now you want to be super locked down and fucking conservative. Like, make the good breakout pass. These guys are gonna be pressing, so you're not gonna call any call outs because there's not gonna be a trap seen from the other team. So now just quickly bang, get there. That's all we gotta do. Now we gotta look. Where are our forwards? One guy I can't see on the screen. I should have the camera locked back on me, which I do now, but like we're fine. Okay. But like that's now you're in full defensive zone. Like offensively, get the puck out. You have to do nothing offensively anymore other than just make a good breakout pass. Getting this puck. Fine, make a good pass there. I mean, regardless if it's green or blue, I think we had the right. Whatever. I think green maybe would have been a better pass for me. That can happen. What just happened right now? I can't. Now I have to skate back. Like, get to this point. See where are the forwards. These guys too deadly. This guy's on my side. He's skating full speed. I got to match him regardless of what's happening off his zone. We could have possession of the puck, and he could be streaking for a breakaway. And look, you know, he's right by me. That can't happen regardless of what happens in the offensive zone. Like, I shouldn't even be like. I should be right here, like just eyeing him up. Right, he's in the middle of the ice. If they get this puck, he's gonna be on my inside. I have to hopefully get that puck. Now we're fine again, right? Did they throw it out? Nope. We're fine. Next play. We're fine here. 50 seconds left. We're in a decent spot. Play, you know, just play back. Only be concerning myself with playing back. Tough spot there, but we're fine to play over the top. Board pin him. Send it in front. You got handcuffed there. Nobody was even behind the net for him either. Same thing there again. Nobody's behind net for him, but I don't know. I'm trying to get in front of that. Yeah. Get the hell, man. We can't get the puck out. I mean, there's a quick pass to red. I don't know. He tried to find, I don't know, maybe he was trying to find red or he tried to find green too. Puck bounce. I mean, what can we do at this point? I mean, we're kind of looking at it, right? I'm here. I'm playing over the top. We got the back check in place. Board pin. We do that. Now you can have to rely on other guys. Backdoor feed it went past two guys. Still in a good spot. I'm already kind of in front of the net. So I can't really move away from that. I can go for this hit, which I do. So I'm not seeing anything else that I could do differently there other than maybe you're not going to do this though. But maybe pursue myself behind net for him as an outlet. But he's not going to be looking. He's not going to be thinking that, I don't think. Red was in a good spot. We're fine defensively still. Nope, not anymore. Like here, I should be right here getting that poke check. This has to stop where like I kind of go this way. You know what I mean? Like, why? I'm like trying to get an interception on the right side of the board. Like, I played it as if I was gonna like go and hit this guy. He's passing it to this guy. I gotta stay more firm here for a poke check, regardless of whatever the fuck's going on. Then they get that pass there. I had a chance to then defend that. So could have had a chance to stay here. He gets his puck. I know he's going for there, and I'm still not in the right spot. Shot, big save for the goalie, and it's kind of just there. So at that point, other than so it has to be like defensively. It's read the play potentially. Stay calmer when it's around the perimeter, right? You only have to concern yourself with anything happening inside when it actually gets there. I don't have to pick off this past point, you know, like on the boards. You don't have to play so damn tight to try to pick off plays that are outside the slot or outside the hash or outside the circles. You know what I mean? Like, why am I going to the right? It's a small detail, but it piles up even there. I turn instead of just staying on the winger to the right. Now it is right to a point where the only other option I could play would be here. Like, if this guy's here and they have an option to this guy, the only thing I could do is cover the wide threat. I can't I can't go to this guy in hopes that he won't pass there. And there's nobody else to cover that guy. So there's two plays that could have stopped it. Play happens fast, but you have to kind of see and read what they may be trying to do. When it's at the point, you don't have to go to the freaking boards. Because why? You know, the guys to cut in to make a play on you. They're not gonna 1T it from the boards. You know, it just doesn't make any sense. The game's tied that way. So a little bit more stable defensively, covering the middle, right, as like the main kind of driving point. Like, settle down in the slot a little bit when the plays are near the boards or the point. I mean, 5 seconds left. If I find green, it makes more sense. I don't know. It is what it is at that point. So the game is kind of more even if you think about it now, but you know, stat wise, it's not. I don't think it's bad. LGS playoffs, yeah. So this is the game that I'm looking, or the games that I'm looking at are actually part of the last 3 games that we had for the regular season. So the playoffs start next week. But I'm just looking at what I could do differently heading into the playoffs. I'm trying to like kind of get myself mentally prepared for the playoffs. So defensively, right now we're here. Yep, stamp. All right, and we're fine with the poke check there. Then we get the puck up. Quick transition. Again, still eyeing these guys are gliding, so we don't have to be in the offensive zone, right? They're not going to set it back to the point. So you just want to keep an eye on those guys. Where are they at? And kind of work yourself to the right point as needed as an option. But they're not going to, you know, you're not going to send it to the point. We're fine here, trap wise. Still fine. Go for a slap shot play. Nothing I can do there. Offside. Should be yeah, near their zone. Good trap. Don't have to go for the sit out thing. Ow. Like, I can apply fake pressure. It's kind of what I'm doing. But then, like, go here and stop. You know, I'm not going to fully commit to that. Because I don't think you're going to see wingers rotate behind you, especially when it's at the point like that. You kind of apply fake pressure and then wait for guys to cut this way. So my main look would be this guy cutting here. I got to make sure that I'm over the top on that. Or, you know, essentially if this guy goes here, I can always angle myself to that as well. But my job here is to play over the top on whoever is driving towards the net. I'm doing that. I'm still beat, actually. Technically, I'm man beat. He gets this pass here. He's got an inside shot. If Teal isn't able to get that, he is inside of me, which he does. Pass it to him. and the guy does get a touch on it, I do go for the hit, which does stop the puck, but then his guy picks it right back up for a rebound and they score. That's all it takes, right? So those little bit of motion, right? I go a little bit too far this way. It should have been like a little bit tight motion back on the inside. Wait for the guy to cut in. Firmly plant myself on the inside. So you see how I'm like a couple strides on the outside now. If I was a couple strides sooner to turn, I would be on the inside of the forward. Therefore, they make this pass, I would be right here to get that puck, baby. Like, it's crazy how perfect you have to play defense. But other guys would be like, oh, the game screwed me. Oh, the puck bounced. I'm there, but I'm not. Like, I'm there, but we're just not getting the puck. No, I was beat to the inside because I went too far to the right. I went way too many strides to the right, you know? And that fucking screwed me. Enough to where they got a chance. When you get to that point where you're beat, but not perfectly, you're not perfectly there, you're playing with fire. NHL and EA Sports, anything where it's here and they have a chance to touch the puck, it could bounce any different way. And regardless of how good we think we are, he's inside, I'm beat, still within striking range, but I am beat. And now you're just playing with fire. It kind of screwed the rest of the guys here. They go for a poke check. You're hoping you get a bounce your way, but it just didn't go our way. Bangs, they score. And that's all it takes to lose in this game. You got to be perfectly defended. You know, you got to have perfect defense. So that's what I'm like seeing. I gotta play. I gotta play a little bit less wild. I can't move too far to the outside of the slot. Like, kind of condense yourself more to the middle is what I gotta do. Be a little bit more patient when the puck is near the boards or whatever, right? From a defensive side, I just gotta read the play, let the play come to me, and play a little bit more you know, calm in the slot, and then kind of react to what happens when they do eventually get to the slot or get to the area where they're going to try to strike through the middle. And then from a offensive standpoint, breakouts, can make a little bit better read here and there, but not too crazy. I don't think I'm playing horrible on the breakouts or break-ins, right? Offensive zone is another big thing there where I got to play a little bit better. So I got to be able to have a bit of that, you know, scramble capability at the point, that quarterback scramble, right? A little bit of that Caleb Williams improvising, right? That he does in like more so in hockey form at the point when I'm getting pressured, you know, make something out of nothing sometimes. Or just make a simple pass, like, or just read the play, extend it a little bit, see what opens up, make a better pass. You know, I can't be forcing it through the middle when it's just simply isn't there. That's kind of the two things I'm taking from it. Defense is tough this year. Have to anticipate so much with angles and body position. Would you say offense compared to defense was balanced last year? This year, it feels heavily offensive sided. Last year, definitely more balanced because of, well, the amount of things that are not abused, that weren't abused last year. Like the traits, the LT pivot, the traits, you know, all favor offense. I say traits twice for a reason, but because it's literally, it seemed like they added more offensive traits than they do defensive traits, you know, and they kind of kept the defensive traits nearly pretty much identical. They didn't really add anything to help out the defensive side, but there's like a lot of things on the offensive side that helps them out. On the on the offensive side. Yeah, I think overall it's just there's a lot of traits that just benefit offense. We didn't have elite edges last year. We didn't have wheels, right? So it helped out in terms of the LT pivot. It was still there, but it wasn't like you can't LT pivot in the way that you could do it this year. Defensively, there's no new tools added to combat the offense. You're going to have to just do your best to play the same defense that we've been playing, but just with more offensive firepower. That's kind of what I'm seeing. And then you look at, you know, when the NHL 27 gameplay trailer comes out, you're just hoping that there's something to either balance out the offense, you know, compared to the defense. Hopefully that the defense gets some kind of buff to some degree, or the offense gets some kind of nerf. Or you're hoping for some kind of tools, like something on the defensive side to actually help us play defense, to have it be more effective than other than just being in the right spot. You know, like there really is nothing else other than being able to poke check, stick lift, or body check. Like what can you do to stay with somebody or to better, you know, to help yourself play defense other than just kind of staying with them? Hope that the game gives you the animation that you want. Offensively, it's not like we had a LT pivot 180 spin with the lead edges added for you know, in that kind of terms added to defense. You know, it's not like we can you know, spin with a poke check and you know, really have this overpowered capability to like stay with them. I don't know, it's just there isn't that scene on the defensive side. I mean, the thing is, we don't know anything about the, for gameplay wise, we don't really have any information yet. So I have no clue, right? But I mean, the gameplay trailer will reveal a lot, I think. Like, gameplay, here's the deal. Here's what you can expect, I think, from the gameplay. If they do things for the like from a community feedback standpoint, they're gonna address it in the gameplay trailer. They're gonna be like, all right, we listen to what the fans have. Oh, there's a lot of offense, you know, whatever it is, right? Their talking point. Mike Englehart's gonna do whatever spiel that he wants to kind of, you know, say whatever the fuck to kind of help sell the game. Yeah, we really listen to the fans, right? We're gonna do this, this, and this to help the game feel more balanced. But then from a feature standpoint, if they add something, you know that whatever they add is going to be cranked to the max, because that's how everything is whenever they do add something. So if there is a defensive mechanic in the game, naturally that's going to get buffed like fucking crazy, because that's just how they are. Same if they do something from the offensive side, you know. So it's not crazy to think, but defense could get even tougher next year, or even tougher in 27. Just depending on what they do. They may not. It doesn't seem like they respect defense at all. The only thing that they want is to see more animations for offense. That's what it seems like. So it's not crazy to think that the game could be even tougher to play defensively. Like, this is the direction they're heading. Why not continue to go that way? They may not even see defense as a problem. In their mind, you don't know, because they have not shown anything to cater towards the defensive side of the game. Like, absolutely nothing. Other than the vision control to, like, help skate sideways while squared up with somebody. That's it. That's all they've done. They have done nothing else with defense. They've done so much with the offense. If that happens, I'm still going to play the game. I'm still going to play competitively. I'm still going to do everything that I am doing now. Like, that's the problem. I just have to sit back and take it right up. You know what I mean? And just absolutely take it. And then just play the best I can, because I'm still going to play competitively. I'm still going to play World of Chell. I'm not just going to stop playing. That means the skill gap for defense could go higher, which means the better defensively you are with your IQ and just understanding, you know, how perfect you are from a fucking positional standpoint, the better chance you have to defend the play. It's going to be the same story. It's just, you just have to deal with whatever other gameplay mechanic they add, you know? So it's not with that. It's nothing. Here's the deal. This game, especially this year, is pretty eye-opening when it comes to the defense. There is nothing, in my opinion, that would be eye-opening to me anymore moving forward. Like, I don't really see it. If it happens, I would just be like, yep, figures. Let's move on. Like in previous years, like, oh shit, man, this may be good. Oh damn, bro, they're gonna add this to the game. No, I'm not even surprised anymore. Okay. I'm just gonna look back and be like, Yeah, we added an ice tilt feature for the game. The team that you know, has the crowd reaction, because you know they're adding something for the presentation. Yeah, the team that has the ice tilt has the better chance of getting the puck bounce back. You know, the fucking pucks bounce back to them on the offensive side of the game. So the defense is gonna take even more of a shit. We already got the pressure system in the game. Why not add an actual ice tilt meter as well, like they kind of do in Madden with the crowd? It's like the team that has the crowd behind them gets like a boost, like the home team gets a boost, and they get extra effects to the game. I could definitely see that added in NHL 27. We added a crowd feature where slap shots from the point go in more, or one tees, or you know, whatever it is. The offensive team gets better puck control because the crowd is cheering, and the team that's playing defense can't defend. Like, that would not surprise me. It would simply not. I'm at that point now where there is nothing that they could add or take away from the game that would be surprising anymore to me. And I'd still be surprised somehow. Because, you know, when you say that, EA listens and they're like, oh, you thought the game was going to be like this? Oh, wait till you see what's coming in 27. You know what I mean? Like, that's how they get it. The get in their head mechanic. Oh my god, that would be how they do it. It totally revamps how you compete with the other team. It gives the guys that are able to get inside the other team's head. You know what I mean? It'd be some stupid ass talking point that actually sells it in some way. It would not be surprising. It would not be surprising to me. Like, people complain about defense. I would just be like, yeah, buddy. That's how it is. That's how EA Sports looks at it. If you can't defend, that means you're ass at the game. That's just how it is. Because they are not going to help you. You have to be the best defensively. I've always said from the... I mean, I don't know if I'm ahead of the curve or not, but I've always said if you have the best defense, if you are very skilled defensively, you will go far in this game. You will go far, because offensively, it doesn't take much to win games if you have competent defense. If you're decent offensively, but you're a master defensively, you have a great chance of winning every single game. And the teams that can play proper defense with one another, which it is possible, say that it isn't, is just you're not really respecting the skill that's out there. The team, there is a higher skill gap to play defense. So you have to be very good defensively. Regardless of how the game mechanics are, you have to be very good defensively. If you can, you will go far in this game. If you cannot play defense for shit, you're the guys complaining about the defense. You're the guys that can't stand this game anymore because you did not take the time to actually perfect the defensive side of the game. If you've struggled this year, it's because you are not skilled at playing defense. That is the main story. And I would even look at myself and be like, well, I haven't really played very good defensively. That means there's a lot of room for improvement on my own defensive side of the game. Regardless if that means simplifying the game and doing less, it is still part of the game to actually do that, to play better defense. That's just the way it is, guys. I mean, you can complain all you want, but at the end of the day, if you want to win, you have to be able to adapt to whatever the game tuners are, how the gameplay tuners are set. If you can't do that, well, then you're not going to win. And you're going to complain, you're going to get frustrated. And then you're going to leave, ultimately. But if you want to win, these are the things you have to do. I mean, yeah, offensively, the guys like an LT pivot the best are going to be able to set up the offensive plays a little better. Shit like that, whatever. But defensively, if you can match that and understand what you have to do on the defensive side, you will go far. That's just the way it is. Like, how does defensive power forward get 97 speed? Is because the way they did it. I kind of wish I was I had the game on. I kind of don't. But I kind of just have the film, honestly. But the way they did it is because they minimized. It's not even based off the class. It's not even based off whatever class it is, actually. It's based off the minimum height and weight for that class. The reason it is easy for power forwards and defensive to hit 97 speed is because the minimum height that you have is 6 foot, which is typically where guys set their height at for even, you know, the smaller builds like the Angler, Sniper, PMD. We go 6 foot instead of 5'7" or whatever it is. 5'8", 5'7". That's the minimum for those classes. The minimum for the power forward, enforcer, and all that is 6 foot. So it gives you that extra point of speed. It has nothing to do with the class itself. It has everything to do with the minimum height and weight. The minimum weight is what, 195? So on a 6 foot, 195 enforcer gives you 97 speed. If you make that same build in as a PMD, it will give you a much slower build. That's just how it is. A few extra points off of speed. Has nothing to do. That's just how they are. I don't even know if that's intended. It's got to be. But it's like I don't know what goes through their heads, but that's just how it is. Like a power forward should not be able to reach the same speed as a sniper, being taller and 35 pounds heavier. It should not. Oh, it's not going to get fixed. Absolutely not going to get fixed. And if it does, that all right then. But like this is just the story how it is. Here's what I think is going to happen. I don't think they're going to change the traits. I don't think they're going to change the points. I don't think they're going to do anything. Actually, they may tweak a little bit of the traits based off community feedback, call it that. But they're not going to change the gameplay much. I mean, I don't know. It kind of depends, right? You kind of have to look at the gameplay trailer. I'll know exactly what they do based off the gameplay trailer. I'll know exactly what to do. Actually, let's take a look at the NHL 26 gameplay trailer. If I'm being honest with you, I would actually like to see that. Because I want to see exactly what they advertised and what we actually got. I did this for the fucking reveal trailer that I just the video that I literally just posted like couple hours ago. Gameplay trailer 26. Gameplay trailer. Gameplay deep dive. You guys hear this? It should be.
I'm Craig McMorris, and welcome to the NHL 26 Gameplay Deep Dive. I've always loved Shell.
Let's take a look at 26's gameplay.
What's new in-game this year?
Oh, wrong fucking thing, bro.
The next evolution of IceQ. In IceQ 2.0, which is now powered by NHL Edge player data, whose incorporation makes your
NHL Edge tracking data.
And play more like yourselves. To take us through the details, let's pass it off to Mike Englehart and David Pritchett.
Mike Englehart.
We're building on IceQ's defining vision of true hockey
IceQ technology.
Incorporating the data-driven innovation of NHL Edge, which powers how superstars play in NHL 26. The NHL's groundbreaking puck and player tracking technology.
Oh, this is going to get copyright claims.
Players perform in game. For example,
it's literally what they did last year to me. Because this is part of Center Ice, NHL Center Ice. That little bit. So this was like IceQ technology. It was IceQ 2.0 with the NHL Edge tracking data. So like, oh, each player play like look at that elite edges. There's guy does an LT pivot, and he's gone. He's not that fast. He ain't that fast, buddy. But they're like, oh yeah, this is based off their actual speed, their actual shit. All right, fine. This doesn't actually apply to us because this is all offline shit. This is offline. Although I have played with McDavid offline, holy fucking shit, is he fast? You can burn everybody.
What makes a superstar stand out is their
tendencies. Oh, this is again offline. Offline doesn't really apply to us. Although, for some reason, the offline gameplay is actually better than the online. At least in my opinion. I don't know about you guys.
We've also created new cameras to capture those.
New cameras, don't give a fuck about that. Goalie crease control system.
Upgraded awareness between the posts thanks to 81 new animations, close range saves.
To be honest, did we see any of this? I mean, maybe new animations. Okay. I mean, whatever. I don't know. The goalies suck, dude. They still do this. I don't know what they're even talking about. You now just flop in a different way. What are you showing here? Like, oh, this is how they used to be. Look, he's still, no, he would flop over like a bitch. Because you're not playing against fucking Shesterkin. You're playing against Wags and Layman. Wags and Lay, I call him. I don't even call him anything else. Yeah, well, we've seen plenty of that from Layman and Wags.
When the opposition lights the lamp.
Plenty of that. They're just so disappointed. Yeah, that's happened every single save. Every single save they do that. They don't do what fucking Shesterkin. They definitely don't do that. They always fall to the ice because their overall sucks, I guess. Refreshed X Factors. Wait a second. Let me hang on a second. This is about to turn me up. We'll pause. But let me listen to what they just said right there.
To the netminders that we know players have been waiting for.
We also know that the community has been wanting a more impactful approach to X Factors.
More impactful approach to X Factors. No, I don't want them at all, actually. I think if people had the choice to have the X Factors versus getting rid of them, I think the community would actually lean towards getting them out, so if I'm being honest. This is ridiculous. As soon as I saw this, I'm like, oh shit. What are we doing? And I was more nervous about what they were actually going to do for Will Shell. Not just, I mean, this makes sense, I guess, because he's kind of McDavid. But first of all, this is way too impactful. Way too impactful. And then you see this and you're like, well, I actually, here's the deal. I still don't really, like, when I was looking at it, I'm like, I don't really know what to think about it. I didn't really have a fucking reaction then. The only thing that I was actually, I'm not sure if I said it or not, but I was actually worried about how powerful this elite was going to be. Because it's like, oh, it's an elite, right? And you can kind of see some of the buffs that it's giving you, right? You can kind of see this shit. And you're like, well, this looks kind of OP, right? When you go down a little bit and to some of these other traits. I was more worried about what the elite traits were going to offer. The other traits, it didn't really seem like the, the blue and the gold didn't seem as crazy as the fucking elite. Big Brig, it's like, okay.
Which can be felt in play
like,
each of those
what was that top trait? Yeah, like I was looking at the elites and it's like, I don't know, man. Like this is what
of impact, which can be felt and seen more clearly in gameplay with new.
Yeah, it was fucking that. Like I was like, wait a second. Quick pick is going off and the guy's point blank on him. Point blank. That pass can't go through because he's got elite quick pick. Get the fuck out of here. And then I think, wait a second. You haven't seen the best yet, though. Where's the fucking Sidney Crosby beauty backhand? Hipster, nobody fucking uses that. Bouchard, nah, get the hell out of here. Showstopper, whatever, we don't care. That didn't even look that crazy. Rocket, okay, whatever. It kind of looks like booming. I don't even know what the hell was the other trait. This. Like, ain't no way he's shooting it from there. And it's going bar down. I mean, yeah, Sidney Crosby. But I'm just talking about elite beauty backhand. Because it's not just Sidney Crosby. It's anybody that has that. Now it's like, all right, you go to World of Shell, and you're going to go and go here and backhand it from the point. I even think people in the playtest were actually praising the game. Oh, my God, the game is actually really cool because of all these X Factors. And the guy was, like, talking it up. I forget who it was. The guy was at the point, he said, he maxed out his shot. He had beauty backhand on, and he literally backhanded the puck and it went bar down from the point. And the guy was praising the game. I don't know who that was. I saw a comment like that, and I was just like, I was stunned for a good 5 minutes. And I was like, if this is the actual game and you can do that, it is not good at all because you have all these extremes. And I was even playing the playtest last year, and I'm like, I was running elite wheels or elite edges and like blue wheels or something. And it was like I was slowly rolling around like Connor McDavid. Like nobody could fucking touch me. Like no matter what you did, you couldn't touch me because I was running two of the fucking most OP skating traits you could ever have. And then they tuned it down because you had to do that.
that
Otherwise, you wonder, right? What esports players could actually do with the damn puck? Like these esport forwards, what could they do with the puck? Like I think I even said it, and when I was actually reviewing, I'm like, I'm skating here like I'm literally Connor McDavid with the puck, and it's me, like a damn defenseman who really isn't an offensive guy. If you think about it, if I could dangle past guys left and right with elite edges and wheels, what do you think a guy that's actually 10 times better than me could do with the puck?
superstars truly
And then
feel
they
like
actually, it seemed like they listened to at least that. I don't know if they listened to me, but you know, a lot of people complain about it.
I'm excited for you to get into the game, get on the
But
ice.
that's what my fear was the elite level traits. And you look at the game now, the elite level traits are actually the biggest problem. If you get rid of that tier, at least that would help out even the playing field. For LG, you can't do it, right? So how the game is LG wise is actually something that I actually prefer to play more of. Other than that, when you jump to pubs and you have all these elite traits going on, I don't like the game at all, right? And it's weird to try to adjust from LG to then pubs because it's like, well, wow, these guys are running big rig, these guys are running elite wheels, these guys are running all these elite other traits, truculence, and it's so OP. Like the game is just dictated on who can abuse the most mechanics that benefit them.
Feel that superstar impact yourself. NHL 26 is available for pre-order now.
Like, that's not what you like. You don't want that in the fucking game. Like, you really don't. So, I don't know. They didn't say anything in the reveal trailer in terms of gameplay. They didn't really specify anything other than the fucking presentation and then connected franchise, whatever. Gameplay-wise, I have no idea. But when that comes out, I will know exactly... Well, at least to probably 90% of what the game is actually going to play like. I could tell you if it's going to be the same or if it's going to be slightly different. I'll be able to tell exactly from what they show because of what they did here. This is telling enough for me to know what they're going to do. It's not hard. I mean, you look at these other games too. I mean, you could even go to 25. What did they even do in 25? Deep dive. Kind of skim through this because I don't really care too much about what they're doing. Ice Cube technology. This was good shit, actually. You kind of have to applaud them a little bit. I do like the vision control. It's better than what they did before in 24, you know, and all the whatever the previous years. It's actually better. Empowered AI. This is a fucking talking point that was actually meaningless. Reactive actions. I don't really care too much about. To be honest, I mean, it kind of gets in the way if you think about it. Like the reactive actions is you know. Empowered AI is just a talking point that filled up a minute, and it was like literally wasted talk. The complete overhaul of nothing, because then you actually break down the AI and it looks like garbage. Like, yeah. I mean, even this one clip, what the fuck is he doing? I mean, you just look at it and you're just disappointed. You know what I mean? So it didn't really matter. The only thing was actually really the vision control. Then beyond that, I mean, they haven't really done anything to the gameplay other than the X factors and, you know, all the other animations that they add that barely shows up or does in some way, but doesn't really, it's not, you don't really feel impact. You don't really feel a huge impact. The vision control and the Ice Cube 2.0 is really the only bigger, like, major change that they added to the game in these last 2 years playing. And then obviously the X factors. That's it. So what are you going to add in 27? They didn't really give us a gameplay overhaul or like, you know, like showing us anything in the reveal trailer. So now you're kind of just looking at it like, well, you didn't really show us anything. You showed us presentation. Seems like that's the biggest thing. And you showed us connected franchise. And then, you know, so you can't go off that. You kind of just have to go off the gameplay. Yeah, the gameplay trailer. So, I have no idea. It could be minor changes. It could be big changes. I don't know. But I don't think what they're going to add, in my opinion, if I'm going to predict, I don't think they're going to add anything super impactful. And they may balance some things, but they may add something. If they do add something, one or two things, it's going to be cranked up to the max. It's going to be another one of those things where you just have to adjust to the game. And then, you know, it's not going to be better. I don't think it's going to be better. That's just kind of how I think it. And if there's anything done to the offensive side of the game, there's nothing done to the defensive side, I'm going to call it that's going to be even tougher to play defense at 27. That's just how I see it. So when you didn't think it could get tougher, here comes EA. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I think that's it for this one. Talking a lot. But yeah, so I'm not sure when the gameplay trailer is going to come out. Probably next week, you think, or 2 weeks? I'm not sure. I think that's how they did it, right? What was the release of this one? This was September 5th. And then, well, actually, let's just go here. If you go here, right? Well, yeah, you can't really look at anything. I don't really think it matters, to be honest, but reveal trailer deep dive. This was August official reveal trailer, and this was September? Oh no, August 13th, so like a week later. So I think gameplay first, right? You think? Gameplay first? Fucking crawling comes in here. See, we're on the same page. I feel like if you know this game, you know this game by now. There is no reason to be hopeful. Especially if you hate the gameplay of 26, there is zero reason where you in your mind you're like, well, the game could be better. Well, I'm actually hopeful now. No, there is none of that. It's just we know 27 will suck. Just drop it so we know what we're gonna have to, how we're gonna have to fucking adjust our gameplay. I don't know. Like, give us whatever skill gap we're gonna have to master, because you know we're gonna have to do something. And if it's worse, then we're gonna have to tweak our style to accommodate for that. That's it. Goalies will be bent over even further than we are now. I mean, exactly. You kind of just like know the game's gonna suck. How can something be worse than what we have now? Because EA Sports knows how to disappoint even more. They know exactly what you want in the game, and therefore they're going to go into the opposite direction. There's no way they can say, oh, the fans wanted an overhaul to the X Factors. There's not a single person that said, let's change up the X Factors. I haven't seen a single comment of that anywhere. Maybe I'm not on the Reddit. I don't look at Reddit. Do they go there and people talk about, man, I really wish the X Factors were different. There's nobody in 25 that said that. And if you did, they didn't mean it like the way they fucking did it. They're not like, oh, I kind of really wish I had an elite level fucking wheels right now. There's no way they said that. And they're actually going to talk about, yeah, the fans wanted this. Who? There's not a single person that I talked to that wanted it. So whatever they're going to do, they're going to talk it up as if we wanted it. That's how they are. They're never going to invite me to Vancouver because of this, bro. Like, I know for a fact. Like, oh my gosh, bro. I can tell you, what the fuck, bro? Why are you opening up our playbook? Because I know exactly what they do. Doesn't LG send them survey? They don't fucking listen to that. I don't even know what they do. I think LG's partnered up with EA now, actually. So, like, maybe they if you go to the LG website, there's, like, something where you can actually look at where, like, they're partnered up. And I think, like, it's like, oh, LG's, like, talking, like, oh, we're actually going to be able to sit down with EA and actually discuss the gameplay and shit like that. So, I think LG actually could have an impact, which means they didn't have it in previous years. But I don't know how much they're going to take from that. Like, what are you going to do? You're going to invite all the top esports guys? Or are you just going to, like, the guys coordinating LG talk to them? You're not even going to ask the actual competitive players what they want, what they would actually like to see. Maybe they're having the talks now. I don't know. But you're not going to see that humongous change in 27. You would see maybe in 28. It's going to take a year before they actually hear the feedback of what guys want, even though it's so out there. It's not like this is like, man, I kind of really wish I like knew what these guys wanted. No, they know exactly what we want and what we hate, but they just keep going in that direction. They don't care. That's just how they are. Why do you think there's so many presets that you can buy? It's a moneymaker for them. That's all they care about. Why do you think you can buy X Factors? It's a moneymaker. At the end of the day, they made World of Chow more like you're able to. They added so many more microtransactions to World of Chow, like where you didn't have that in previous years. They've made it to where they can make more money off of World of Chow. The guys buying the presets are just falling into that trap. But why do you think they make the presets more like they make it better each time? Why do you think they do that? Like they make the builds OP. Like if you look at the fucking, is it the Ovechkin build or whatever, and part of the new one? Everything in the technique is like in the freaking 90s. You can't even get that with the custom build. They're making it better each time based on the player. Like we don't have a Celebrini one, but we're gonna get, if you pre-order NHL 27, you get a preset of Macklin Celebrini. I wonder what is gonna be 99 in his build. Yeah, the battle pass may be free, but like you could buy. There's a lot of things that you can buy that you can only buy, I think, right? That's like separate from the battle pass. So yeah, you could probably. But you could still buy, I think, the classes if you did not grind the battle pass. Because like someone like me would never be able to reach the Ovechkin build. So they I think then when the season's done, they would put it in the store and you could actually buy it. I think that's how either that or they don't do that, and it's only the ones that they have strictly that you have to buy in order to get. And then obviously those are the ones that have like the triple elite traits. But for sure, playing the game regularly and just don't know how EA could be so clueless. What we want. I mean, yeah, if you're brand new to the franchise, you're kind of entering a scene where the fans are so further away from, like, the EA is so much further away than what we how we stand on the game. Like they really don't listen. There's really not much that they're taking from us. But a super small amount of old games. Yeah, I mean, like old gen, people say the last NHL game that's like the greatest one is NHL 14. Because that's when they were, I think, still competing with 2K. Even though they weren't. They stopped at, I think, 2K12 or whatever. But you got to think EA was preparing themselves for the next few years after that. And when this game hit new gen, they put the foot they put their foot off the gas of what they were doing. And then it's like, oh, well, we could do whatever the hell we want for new gen because there is no competition. New to the franchise, one tip, run away. Like if you're not, here's the deal. If you're not competitive, then get out. Because they're not going to care. You're just wasting your money. You might as well play, unless you care about connected franchise. That's like a way to get people to buy the game that haven't in many years. But there's a lot of guys, they don't play online. They only do is play offline. They won't buy the game for another 3 or 4 years. Because what are you buying? You're not buying anything that's going to actually, like, that's going to be worth your money. If you're playing the game offline, you could literally just play the game offline on a previous title and just keep playing the game. The game is the same. It's actually better if you think about it. If you go backwards, I feel like sometimes came from FIFA, I switched to NHL because EA ruined FIFA. Well, if here's a trend, EA ruins sports in general. It's not just FIFA. It's Madden, NHL, it's everything. So it's the same trend. It's not gonna be any. It's not really any different here. But that's just how I see it. I mean, I'm like a Debbie Downer, but I think it's just because of just how this year has gone that I'm not excited for 27. I'm not excited for the gameplay trailer. I'm not hype about anything. I'm just kind of cruising through and just waiting for the next shoe to drop on whatever else they're going to add that's going to absolutely destroy defense. And whatever it is that they're going to buff for offense. And if they do give me something, I'm still not going to be hyped because that's almost an expectation. You expect them to help out defense. But if you don't, I'm not surprised either. You know what I mean? Like, I already know that they don't care. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of things going in my mind where it's like, regardless of which direction, if they actually do improve the game, then you still hate on them. Like, it's one of this weird, it's not even a love-hate relationship. It is a hate beyond all means relationship, because you're still going to play the game because you're competitive, right? But you just hate because even if they do something good, it's like, oh, well, this has been long overdue. It's like an expectation. You should have improved the game by now. Why did it take so long? And you're still pissed at them. And then when they go the opposite direction, oh, same old EA, same game every year. And it's the same, it's the same complaint that way. But it's like, and yeah, I'm like venting, but at the same time, I actually don't really care anymore. You know what I mean? I don't actually care. It's just because I'm still, regardless of how many times I complain, the reality is, well, I'm still paying for the deluxe edition to get the 7 days early access and to play this game all year. I'm not taking breaks, or even if I do take a break, it's because I can't play the game, literally. But if I'm able to play the game, I will play the game throughout the entire year and not take a single break. That's the reality. Regardless if I hate the game or not, I'm still playing the game. Because that's just what I do. You know, I have a YouTube channel dedicated to NHL. Can't really veer off away from that unless I make a new YouTube channel. But like, I still have goals in this game, and it's only tailored towards competitive play. It has nothing to do with anything else. If I was not a competitive player, I would have bailed on this game years ago. That's just the hard truth and the reality. I mean, that's just how it is. So I play this game every year. I pay for it. And yeah, I will complain, but at the same time, don't really care about the complaint anymore. I'm just kind of giving you guys what is going through my head. But if, you know, I'm playing this game, if I'm complaining competitively, I'm not going to vent about how EA screwed me over on this play or anything like that. I'm just going to try my best to master the mechanics that I need to in order to win, because that is a goal that I want to win at this game, regardless of how bad defense is or how buffed offense is or whatever the fuck the case may be. I'm trying to be the best player in the game that's been shit for years, in hopes that I can win an esports event. That's the goal. So I do not care what they add to this game, because it's still going to be the same battle, regardless of how tough it is. I played 3s and 4s with a shell, hit at least Elite 3 every season, so frustrating losing when I know I couldn't have done anything. Well, the thing is, you can. The hard truth is, you can do something. You actually can. Even if it is super perfect, if you have to be perfect, that is something that you are capable of doing, technically. Like, as much as the game fucks you over, there is a skill gap tied to the you know what I mean? You can defend every player. You can score whatever at will if you had the talent in a game that doesn't respect actual good hockey play. It's a weird phenomenon when you understand what it takes. Like, I feel like it's just a generalization of what it takes to win. You will be less I feel like you'll be less, I don't know. Like, you'll point the finger less at EA, even though it is them. You'll point the finger less at them, and you'll point it at yourself more. Because that's all I do. Even if I'm like, well, the game did fuck me, but I could still technically play better. It's weird. Exactly. EA's BS is in the game. No pun intended. It is literally in the game. You could either be one of those guys that points the finger at them and blames them for losses, or you can learn the bullshit within the game and master it to win. That's what the reality is. If you want to just blame the game, then you're not going to improve that way. You're not going to fast track your progress, because you're always thinking in the back of your head, well, it's not really on me, but it is, because the other team is winning. So if the other team is winning, they're doing something that you're not doing, and they're getting rewarded for it. It's like a weird thing where it's like you still point the finger back at yourself because that's all you can do. You can only control what you can do. And if there is something that you can do, it is then on you to fucking do it and fix it. Even though the game fucks you. I've learned this a few years ago. It just took me a while to kind of get it. But that is the reality. That is why I kind of stopped complaining as much, even though, you know, like I said, I'm still technically venting for I don't know how long it has been now. I'm still venting, but it's like I don't technically think about it while I'm playing anymore. I just kind of play. If the game fucks me, it fucks me. I know it's still on me for the fucking. You know what I mean? It's weird. You can clip that as much as you want, but it's like literally what it is. I lost the game because a lot of our shots hit the post and they were making the craziest shots. Well, see, that's the thing. There's so much in between that. If you go back to the very first game that I broke down on this stream against that Colorado team, it was literally that story where we were getting decent chances that did not go in. The other team were getting weird-ass opportunities that went in. We were getting screwed over on certain plays where if we had scored, that would have changed the entirety of the entire game. But we were half and half, really, in my opinion. I feel like we were even, but the other team was getting the bounces. And if you rely on the game being even, that you're just tossing up a fucking dice. You're tossing it up for whatever EA decides to either help you or hurt you. But if you clearly outplay the other team, you have a less chance of losing. Which means there's plenty of things within the game that could have led to better shots. That could have led to being able to stop those crazy shots. Like, you have to always think about what you can do as a player, as a team, to win the game. You ever get bugs when you freeze while loading in, then just lose RP unless you wait it out? Oh, yeah, that's been in the game for many years. I remember there were guys that have been doing this since 23. And probably even prior to that. The thing is, I don't even care about RP anymore. I don't even care. I don't play the game for RP. But even if you had to, that's one of those things where it's just like, well, you're kind of dealing with it. That happened to me today. I was so mad. That's just how it is. The game picks when it wants to screw you. So you still have to deal with the loss of RP. Now you have to basically win it back. You can't control when EA completely screws you or when the game freezes. You only control your next game, your next rep, your next play. When you have that mentality, you don't care at the end of the day. Like, you do care, but you don't at the same time. You kind of just like, well, it's in the game, how it is. We lost 700 RP, and now we have to win 10 games just to get it back. That's the reality of this game. If you care about RP, I don't play enough pubs to even care about that anymore. I mean, if I was playing pubs every season, I could hit elite every single season. But I've only hit elite like a handful of times in my time playing this game because I don't play pubs. I play competitively. And when you play competitively, you don't play pubs. You play private matches, and that doesn't count towards anything. And that's the game. Like that's what I'm saying. If I don't consider pubs as competitive play. You see what I'm saying? So that's kind of like a casual thing. Like, to me, the guys that hit elite are technically casual players, in my opinion, my point of view. Because when you enter the competitive scene of especially sixes, I mean, maybe in threes it means more if you're a threes player, because you can't really play competitively in threes unless there's like tournaments out there that people are coordinating. But there's not that many threes tournaments compared to sixes. It's really LG and then esports, and those are like the big main ones for sixes. And you get these other banana leagues that people play in. But in threes, there's not really tournaments. Like, there is, but there is at the same time. You may get one or two tournaments that are high level, but that's it. So there's not really competitive threes play. So technically, the competitive play of threes is in pubs. But I don't really care to play that anymore. You know what I mean? So I'm really a sixes player. I do play threes, but that's just to get reps in. Sixes is where I mainly play the game. So I'm only really looking to play competitive sixes. So I look at RP as something that's kind of secondary. I don't really care too much about it. It's not something that matters. That's why, like, to me, if I lost RP, it's like, oh well, I don't care. The thing is, your rank resets every season anyway. So what's the point of even caring at that point? It's like, oh, I'm on the leaderboard for a month. Now, now I got to grind it back again. Like, what's even the point? Like, Elite 3 isn't much different from Elite 1. It's just because you got more games in. It didn't mean that you were a better skilled player, and that's what got you there. Like, it does in some degree, but like if you're good enough to hit Elite 3, you're technically good enough to hit Elite 1. You just needed to have more games in. And less of EA screwing you over. It doesn't really dictate skill. At the end of the day, if you're playing competitively against somebody, that is a greater sign of what your skill is compared to theirs. If you're playing a series against them. Like, RP is really your system, like your team, how good that system is, and how many times you play. So if you don't play the amount of games that you would, you may not hit Elite. But that doesn't mean you're less skilled. You just didn't have enough games in. You know? Like, if I play half the amount of games that I played the season prior, I may not hit Elite. You know? You may only hit, like, Diamond. Because you didn't play that many. It doesn't mean, oh, wow, I've just lost all this talent. Like, no, you just didn't play enough. It doesn't mean you're a less skilled player. And even if you don't, even if you do play a lot of games, but you have, like, a shitty-ass system, your team sucks, it doesn't mean that you suck. Like, people look way too deep at the stats. Like, that dictates talent. It's not. It only dictates the system, the players you have around you, and how well your team is in comparison to other teams. You could have the greatest system, but you're a shitty player. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's really tough to really look deep into talent and time in and all that kind of shit, because like RP really doesn't showcase talent. It just showcases whoever played this game the most and won it the most. Like, there's a huge difference between, like, the #1 team on the fucking leaderboard that only plays pubs versus a team that wins in fucking tournament and wins money. Like, actual money. Like, I guaranteed you the #1 team in pubs would get absolutely wrecked against Empire, the team that won caps. Like, they would get absolutely wrecked. And I guaranteed you the 10 teams that are on that leaderboard right below them would still cream that team. Because there's a huge difference when you enter the competitive scene. And, of course, the team would be like, well, if I had truculence, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's really ridiculous. But, I don't know. That's just kind of how I am. I don't know. Like I said, 27, I'm not hyped for. Even if they do give us something, I'm still not going to be hyped. I'm, like, kind of done. Maybe that's just how my life is. How it's been this year. Hasn't really been much to be excited about. A lot of shit that has also affected me outside of the game, outside of the channel. So that's also kind of brought my mood down severely, but that's kind of just stuff that I have to deal with, right? It's the same thing in life, right? So you can't point the finger at other people or other scenarios because you're the one living those scenarios. So you kind of have to deal with it yourself. It's the same thing in the game too. So kind of the lesson that I've learned this year. It's kind of something that's going to carry through all, my years and my time after. So it's just something that I kind of how I carry myself now. So I don't even care about the shit anymore. Kind of just how I am. So I don't know. We'll see in a week from now if the gameplay trailer comes out. We'll see exactly how this game is. I'll give you guys my thoughts there. And that will be probably all that we have. I'm not gonna care about the presentation. They got the connected franchise. If those videos come out, that's just something that you guys can watch. The gameplay is all I really care about because that's what I do competitively. So that's it for me. So I don't know. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you guys in the next live stream or video. I will see you guys there. Peace out.